Okay, we're gonna make a record album record that's laser cut with some cool graphics. So, um, here are the steps. We're gonna make the record, make it look like a record that's gonna be cut out of wood. We're gonna take the record cover, we're gonna convert it to a SVG, and then we're gonna engrave that onto the face of the record. You'll see what I'm talking about in a sec. So let's start. We're going to first take our record cover here, and we're just going to do a right click, control click, and just copy the image. You got to find one. In this case, this is what I'm using. And now we're all set to go. So we're going to pop into our linearity curve, and we're going to create a new canvas. You can do a custom and then just do like something like 8 by 8 or whatever. I already have one that's created that's 8 by 8, but to do that, you would just do create custom size, change points to inches, and then let's do 9 by 9 for this one, and create. So now something went wrong. I guess I didn't press enter. Okay, we'll do that again. We'll do custom, create size, 9 by 9, and then we're changing this to inches. There we go. Save custom size, and now we have a 9 by 9 inch thing to work in. Now, if we want to see our units of measurement, we can go into inches there. Okay. Okay, let's get our image in here. So we're just going to paste in what we copied. There it is. And we're going to change this by going from mode to sketch under auto trace, and we're going to leave all the other settings like that, and we're going to auto trace. And now we have this image. This is kind of going to be the backdrop to the record. Okay, cool. So we got it. But right now we're just going to move it out of the way because you'll see why. I just want to be able to grab it later on. Okay, so we got that. Now we're going to go into the shape tool. We're going to select the circle tool, and we're going to hold shift and make a circle. Great circle. Ooh, perfect. Great. So now we got a circle, but we want to take the fill off and add the stroke, and we want to make it 1 point width. Again, that didn't work for some reason, so we're going to change that to 1 and press enter. Okay, now this is blue. We're going to make that red. You'll see why. Okay, now we're going to take that. I like to just make it right in the middle. Okay, next we're going to copy that and paste it. And we're going to hold shift, and we're going to make the teeny tiny cutout that goes in the middle of a record. I'm going to have to zoom in to get that. Drag it over here. Okay, and the easiest way to do this is actually just select both of these items. I'm holding shift to do that, and then just center in the position, and now it's perfectly in the center. Okay, you're always using this grab tool, the big one. Okay, now we need to make the lines that make a record look like a record. So we're going to do a copy and paste, and we're going to change this one to blue. Okay, and we're going to hold shift, and we're going to make this one a little smaller, but not that much smaller. A little smaller, like about there. Now, we're going to repeat that a bunch. So we're going to go like this. Copy, paste, make this one smaller. There we go. Copy, paste, make this one smaller. And they can be varied. Records aren't like super exact because each one of these lines would, be different. Okay. Let's copy paste. Holding shift, I'm just scaling it down. Holding shift, I'm pasting and scaling down. Copy and paste, scaling down. Make that one close. Copy and paste, scaling down. Holding shift. Copy and paste. Scaling down a little bit. I do like it varied like that. Okay, now we have a bunch of these. So now what we can do is click away, then click and select all of just the blue. Now we're going to copy and paste that. And then holding shift, we're going to scale that down to go in there. And then we're going to copy and paste that. And maybe, yeah, one more time. Copy and paste. Scale that down. Kind of like that. Copy and paste it again. Don't worry about that little center circle. We'll get there. I'm going to scale this one all the way to the edge there. Copy and paste. Holding shift. If we don't hold shift, it does this, which we don't want. Okay, and maybe one more. Copy and paste. Okay, now, the important part. Whoops. Click away. We're just selecting the blue, and we gotta select all of them. So I'm just clicking and dragging. I have all the blue selected. We center to the middle, and then we center to the middle. And now we have the start of a record. Okay, we're almost there. We're gonna take this and we're gonna make it a little smaller. So we're just gonna select a few of them, copy and paste, scale it down. I'm just gonna kind of move it into position, kind of. There we go. That looks pretty good. That should be fine. Okay, now we're gonna select all of this, just like so. Don't grab this yet. And we're gonna center, and we're gonna center. And now we have a record. Now that looks like a record to me. Now all we have to do is drag our image back in. And what I'm gonna do, to be honest, I actually like where it's positioned at the moment. So I'm gonna leave it just as is. It's okay that stuff is outside of the boundaries here, but ideally, we would actually take some of these points and get rid of them. But you can see that it's starting to lag. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna click away, and I'm gonna leave it just like this. Now, we're going to export. You are going to export as a, you can't export as an SVG, so I am, but you're gonna export as a curve file. So this is Blondie. And to do that, you're going to have this, you can click save, okay, and it'll save it, but then go to home, and then on the file here, you're gonna right click it, and then you're gonna click export to curve. And that way you can send me that curve file, and I can open it here, and then I can convert it to an SVG. And at that point, we are ready to laser cut, and this thing will look awesome. All right, hope that was helpful in making a little laser cut record album cover thing. Good luck.